Baja sobre. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is August 5th, 2024. All right, so if you guys saw the last video that I did when I was talking about Tim Wakefield's 58th birthday and how the Red Sox can pick up their 58th win on his 58th birthday and give the Rangers their 58th loss 58 days before the end of the season. In that video, I spoke about how recently the MLB has been scripting the games and showing it to people in a way through the pitchers, starting pitchers' jersey numbers. Now, in the 7 years that I've been doing this, 6, 7 years, this hasn't been a very consistent pattern. I've been aware of this. Sometimes it does come through, sometimes it doesn't. If you pay attention to what jersey number the pitcher, the starting pitcher is wearing, sometimes it can be indication of whether or not that team or the opponent is going to win or lose. And, you know, like in the last, like I said, in the last 5 years, that wasn't a very consistent pattern. Now, this year, even though MLB has been very difficult, that has been a very good pattern. So it's been the opposite this year. And that's why I kept telling you guys that this year has been difficult, probably the hardest season to decode because they're not doing what they're usually done in the past. You know, usually the traditional numbers for these teams usually play, like when it comes to the Houston, usually the number 31 plays. You notice right now, the Rangers are not going to pick up that 31st win. You know, the Rangers have a chance because there are 2 more games left in this series. But, you know, numbers like 31 in Houston and 52 in the Rangers, like the Yankees the other day, they didn't pick up that 52nd. Actually, the Red Sox, excuse me. The Red Sox were playing the Rangers, and they actually defeated the Rangers and didn't pick up that 52nd loss because Texas Rangers equals 52. You know, in years past, that wouldn't miss because 52 is a big number with the Rangers. But like I said, this season has been different. But one of the most consistent things that they've been doing is they've been showing people the outcome of the game through the jersey numbers of the starting pitchers, like they did, like how they did today in the Mets game. This was an easy one. I made a lot of money. I hope my Patreons made a lot of money as well. This was the Mets record coming into that game against the St. Louis Cardinals. This was actually this game was postponed back on May 8th, and they rescheduled it for today on August 5th. And these were the 2 starting pitchers for that game. It was Andre Mania. I think that's how you say his name. He played number 59, plays for the Mets. And this guy's name is... No, excuse me. It's Sean Mania and Andre Pallante. Andre Pallante is number 53 for the Cardinals, and Sean Mania is number 59 for the New York Mets. These were the 2 starting pitchers for today's game. The rescheduling of that May 8th game between these 2 clubs. And notice the jersey numbers again. They've been doing this a lot this year for some reason. They never used to do this consistently in the past. But notice he wears the number 59 and number 53. The Mets came into this game with a record of 58 and 53. And of course they beat the Cardinals really bad. They won 6-0 and improved to 59 and 53, like the jersey numbers of the starting pitchers. And they've been doing this a lot. If you go back to that last video, that Tim Wakefield video, I showed how it was number 65 for the Yankees that was pitching against when it was Yankees versus Phillies. I have a hard time remembering these people's names. But thank God I document everything on Instagram. If you're not following me on there, it's Simple Truth Television, just one word on Instagram. But here, let me just look it up for you guys. Here it is. So Nestor Cortez, number 65, was pitching for the Yankees on this game right here. This was about 5 days ago. Notice the score was 6-5. The Yankees picked up their 65th win. Philly stayed on 65 wins for the season, while number 65, Nestor Cortez, was on the mound. And those in Gematria, New York Yankees and Philadelphia was both 65. We spoke about that pattern. And now, it was another game, I think it was the Angels this season. They became 40. They picked up their 47th win, and the two starting pitchers were number 47 versus number 47. And then the Angels came back against the Rockies and picked up their 47th win of the season. So this has been a very consistent pattern. If you're into sports betting, if you're into decoding sport, this is the pattern that I want you guys to be aware of. Because it's not only, I don't only want people to support my Patreon. I want you guys to learn this stuff on your own. Because just in case tomorrow I get in a vehicle and I crash and die and pass away, I want you guys to at least have the knowledge. I don't want to just keep the knowledge for myself just so I can have Patreon. I don't want you to care about that. If you do want me to support my Patreon, you can do that. But I also want you guys to have the knowledge, because we are not going to live forever. None of us are going to be here forever. So let's share this information as much as possible. Let's expose the rigging for what it is. This is a big scam. And it's unfortunate that nobody seems to notice none of this shit, even when they put it so blatantly in your face like how they did today with the Mets game. Yeah, and just think about stuff and then other things that they do, right? They don't only script the games, but they also murder people, right? These two people got murdered supposedly on January 26th. And then ever since their deaths, well, of course they claim that they died in a helicopter crash, but we all know what really happened. If these people died, they were murdered. But ever since the death of these two, of the Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant, they've just been paying numerical tribute to them ever since, for the last 4 years and a half. Of course, think about what happened on the 2nd of August. They had a new statue unveiled. A new Gianna Bryant, Kobe Bryant statue was unveiled on August 2nd. And why that date? Because Kobe wore the number 8, his daughter wore the number 2, and Kobe also wore the number 24. So on August 2nd in the year 24, another statue is unveiled for these two, right? Just like how they unveiled the Kobe Bryant statue at the Staples Center, well, whatever it is now, Crypto.com arena. They did it on February 8th, 24, on 2/8/24. So they murder people. They rigged the games. Like the Mets became 57 and 51 this year. What we know about those two numbers with the Mets? Those numbers are very consistent. And that's probably another reason why they won today. Today was a day with 57 numerology. And the Mets picked up their 57th ATS win of the season on the 57-day numerology. And that's why on Patreon, I took the run line. And like I said, I made a lot of money. Here it is. I took the Mets to win by more than one run. That's called the run line. And they won 6-0. And the reason I picked the Mets is, again, they picked up their 57th ATS win of the season on the 57-day numerology. And the Mets love that number, 57. That is a big number with them. StatMuse shows you their ATS records. I've been teaching about the ATS record and its consistency for a lot of years now. There's another way to make some extra money. If you don't want to take the money line, taking the ATS gets you more money. I caught this line at plus 146. If I would have just took the Mets money line, it would have been at negative 115. I would have never made as much money. I turned 500 into 1,200 plus. All right, notice the Mets are now 57 and 54 for the season. They picked up their 57th ATS win on a day with 57 numerology, the New York Mets number. And that's how you can make money off these scam artists. The White Sox, I don't know when are they going to win. I think today will be their 21st consecutive loss. Let me see. What is that losing streak on right now? Yeah, 20. Yeah, so they probably pick up 20, 21 today. Today's a day with 21 numerology, I think. So they're going to pick up that 21st consecutive loss on the 21st day numerology. You see how scripted it is? You see how scripted it is. So these losing streaks has been planned. All right? They picked up their 17th on August 1st. Let me see. White Sox score August 17th. I know. I'll do it this way. Let's just see how consistent it has been with the day numerology. So they played on August 2nd. So they picked up their 18th loss in a row on the 18th day numerology, which was August 2nd. And then They picked up their 19th on August 3rd, which was a date with 19 numerology. So if you would have been paying attention since August 2nd to now, you would have been nailing a lot of games consecutively because it's all coded in the date numerology. So on August 3rd, 8-3, that was a date with 19 numerology. The White Sox picked up their 19th loss of the season. And then yesterday, which was a day with 20 numerology, they picked up their 20th loss, their 20th consecutive loss on a 20-day numerology. And then today, which is a day with 21 numerology, they're most likely going to lose to the Oakland A's and pick up that 21st consecutive loss. Now, does that mean that tomorrow they're going to pick up that 22nd? It's possible, but, there are other things that we have to look at. Let's see if they do play tomorrow. Yeah, they do. They play tomorrow. And by the looks of the line, Vegas has Oakland winning again tomorrow. So they might win, and they might lose their 22nd game in a row tomorrow on a 22-day numerology. Now, let me see when does this pattern ends. Well, it's going to be the whole month of August. Are they going to lose 47 games in a row? I doubt. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. So let's see if they play on August 9th. They play the White Sox. Because the thing is, Chicago, they have a lot of numbers that they pay tribute to. Like, they like the number 37. I think this is the biggest losing streak in MLB history. I think they mentioned today on ESPN. They like 42 a lot as well. So we don't know how far they might go. They might go all out with them and have them lose the next 20 games as well. We'll see though. Like I said, I have to look at everything else. It's more than just the date numerology when I go into the decode, but that is step one, because we notice how from August 2nd to August 5th, it's been very consistent, right? But we'll see. They might upset the A's in one of these games, and that's going to be a big payout because it looks like Vegas has them losing, being big dogs in most of those games. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on this game. I know a lot of people have been asking me about this because the White Sox are such a big payout. So their next win is 28. And the thing about the Cubs, I think the Cubs like 27. So the A's might sweep. The A's might sweep the White Sox. Because the Cubs, they like the number 27 a lot. Right now, the Chicago White Sox have 27 wins for the season. Unbelievable. 20 games in a row. All right, so I'll take a look at the chat before we end it. And yeah, if you guys are into sports picks and you want me to decode games for you, I usually leave a link in the comment section. Patreon.com/SimpleTruthTV. Follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram at Simple Truth Television. I rarely do videos anymore because it's just the same thing. I'm just tired of speaking the same shit. People not listening. People not watching. People not sharing these videos, liking the videos. So nobody's hearing it. The same people watching the videos over and over and over again. And I think that's boring. Teaching the same people the same thing. It was fun when I started because every month I would get more subscribers and a lot of people was finding the channel. But then after a while, YouTube found a way to freeze my channel. Now nobody finds my channel. My channel has been stuck on 10,000 subs for like over 2 years now. It hasn't gone over that. And I'm not surprised that it's at 10.2K. We know the significance of the number 102. All right. So, again, thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Thanks to all the Patreons. Congratulations to all the people in the parlay tier. We gave you guys today the Mets in San Francisco. So, you guys parlay. If you parlayed those two games, you made some money today. So, thank you for your support and congratulations. And, again, let's just see what happens tomorrow. More rigging. More ritualism. More of the same shit. Oh, and speaking of the 65, remember the Yankees became 65 and 45 that last game against the Phillies. Philadelphia equals 65 and Phillies equals 45. The Phillies did the same thing. They did the same thing. They became 65 and 45 for the season. It's just, oh my God, it was so blatant. And then they lost that game 6-5, just like how the Yankees beat them 6-5 on the day that they became 65 and 45. What game was that? It was against it was a comeback win against the Mariners on August 3rd. The Mariners came back late in the game. They was down 5-0 in the top of the fifth. Mariners came back, scored 6 unanswered runs, and the Phillies became 65 and 45. Again, Philadelphia 65, Phillies 45, and that's their record that day. And then they lost 6-5, like the Yankees beat them 6-5 on the day they became 65 and 45. This stuff is so in your face, yo. I don't know. Unbelievable. People haven't noticed this shit. I mean, today, come on, they're gonna put number 59 against number 53 on the day that the Mets become 59 and 53, and people still saying that no, it's not rigged. It's not rigged. How you gonna rig that? How can everybody know? I think some people know, not all of them. Only some. Only the big names. There's a lot of people in this community that are still asleep. People say shit like, "Oh, not everybody's in on it." I don't think everybody's in on it. Oh my God, how do you pull this off if everybody's not in on it? How do you pull this off? You guys are such clowns. All right, but I'll leave it there. Good night. Enjoy your Tuesday, depending on where you're at. It's still Monday, but another 40 minutes it'll be Tuesday. Enjoy your week, everybody, and oh, and one last thing. The reason I took the Giants today, that this was an easy one. Nationals equals 57. The Giants became 57 and 57 on the 57 date numerology against the 57 team, the Nationals. What an easy parlay that was. What an easy parlay. All right, but I'll leave it there. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.